resistance isn't always a bad thing. It can be kind of the integrity of your character and how you want to present, how you want to be, your whole vibe, all that. I push against, or I resist the fading of the honeymoon experience. And not just with relationships and being a romantic or whatever, but also just with things. You know, like on your birthday or Christmas morning or whatever, you get gifts, if that happened for you, hopefully. It was so exciting. It was like that, if you can remember that like feeling, or like the best time, or like a good experience when that happened. It was just that joyous feeling, or waking up on a good day that like you have something awesome planned, a vacation or something. When you wake up on that day and you're just like, yes, this is the day. And you're just beaming with joy and appreciation. Well, of course, to have that feeling, I mean, some would argue, oh, it would get boring, but that's where I'm talking about, to not let it get boring, to keep it interesting, to keep your sense of wonder and fascination. That can't get boring if you keep it that way, if you keep it fresh. Of course, it is kind of like a law of the universe that if you do the same thing over and over, that's very boring. And we do that anyways, and that's why we get jaded or cynical and like ticked off in traffic, just lose our cool, and because we're just inundated with things that it's like we want a break from it subconsciously. We're just like over it, just have no patience for it anymore. And that's common, you know, that's part of the thing we just all deal with. No judgment, just stating the facts, you know. So, to keep your sense of wonder, to maintain and sustain your sense of wonder, that's the aesthetic that, yeah, I guess I should speak for myself. To sustain my sense of wonder, that is how, that's what I'm going for. And I've been able to do it with a lot of things, like with relationships, to appreciate someone at that level. And I'll tell you from experience, it's been very depressing to find like a depression that I haven't got to go away yet after years of having something that I thought was the thing that was going to work out and sustain for many years, perhaps. I don't like to say forever, for many years, to have like a partnership, and then when they're just like one day, not really feeling it anymore, whilst I'm keeping it alive, oh my god, it's so disheartening. I mean, heartbreaking, same thing. It's that feeling, if I were to describe the feeling, it'd be the feeling of being devalued. And I'm just like, this person can't see me or appreciate me anymore like they once did. Even if, like, maybe they didn't all the way anyways, makes you question everything and just feel, inside, and like, you know, it's hard to get through this human experience without that, unless you're just like a really platonic person and like more non-sexual, which is a rare gift. There's a lot of times, as beautiful as that experience is, I've had it before. I'd like to just turn it off and do other things. I'm not trying to always bone, you know. And it's funny because I'll make salacious jokes sometimes, and it's like people, even my guy friends sometimes are like, are you coming on to me? And it's like, you take it straight to that. Like, I'm like being a comedian half the time. I guess I need to work on, like, for people to be able to recognize if I'm kidding or not. Because sometimes I'm just so dry with my delivery. They're like, are you serious? It's interesting dynamics here, isn't it? Very interesting dynamics. But to maintain and sustain your sense of wonder, that's what this video is about. And I hope as I've been practicing it more, developed that, because it's like that feeling of when the sparks are flying, when you're first in love. It's like this, which I haven't been able to completely replicate that on my own, on the natural. I've definitely used the help of substances before, and the help of new experiences. Sometimes just a new experience will do all of that for you. You don't need any exogenous substance. You can just be in an environment where you've tapped into that sense of wonder once again. And it's life-changing. It's beautiful. You can finally get out of that, like, I don't know, that quandary of that, like, existential angst, you know, that I've talked about in a lot of these videos. Because I just want to, you know, I want to keep it real. I don't want to, like, be getting down on stuff. I mean, there's stuff that is grievous and, like, difficult to talk about and doesn't feel good. But I'm trying to recognize things for what they are, and try to have acceptance for the things that are the way they are, even if I don't agree with them, to let them be instead of just raging all the time. I don't want to rage. I just want to be at peace, be in a state of repose, just serenity. That's a good word. And wonder. Likened to a child on, like, their birthday morning, or when they're gonna go to a place, I don't know, maybe it's Disneyland for a lot of people. I've never been. I've been on a lot of adventures though, but not like American kind of themed stuff. I just like to explore the world and go to different places and meet different people, and adventure, like the true sense of adventure. Speaking of adventure, quick side branch. It's funny how my times on dating apps, which they're just too insipid for me. It's too much of a weird game to me, so I just avoid that now. But I found it amusing how a lot of people will have that, I want to adventure and stuff, and they can't even recognize, like, a true adventurer, because just everyone says that as, like, an attractive feature on their character. But it's like, if you're not, like, I don't know, if you're not gonna do it, don't advertise it. And I have so many people that just, like, they're like, they just don't have that sense of wonder anymore. And it's just sad. At least to me, it's sad. It's kind of like they're not allowing themselves to have that enriching experience. But I think eventually people come around to it. The right place and time, it works out. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, if you've found ways to renew and sustain that